Hello, and welcome back to the Disharmonious Podcast with your host, Ocean Discover, Inside Games, and Lord Anubis. How's it going, guys?
It's going great. It's going good.
Going good, real good.
Very
In the
cool.
neighborhood.
In the neighborhood, apparently. Anyways, so, this is our fourth episode. I totally forgot to mention this in the third one, because the third one, well, we know how that one went. But anyways, we've officially made it further than the original, take of this podcast, if you remember that crappy thing. But anyways, before we get into today's episode, we want to give a real quick shout out to our social studies teacher who has officially started watching our podcast, and I think they're kind of a fan of it. So shout out to you, you know who you are. And yeah, we'll hop right into the first subject of the day, which goes to me. So, I am officially the happiest man alive today because two of my favorite artists, and I mentioned them before, are NF and AJR. Well, they both released their new albums today, and they were absolutely amazing. AJR's is called, crap, why is the name leaving my mind? AJR's is called OK Orchestra, and NF's is called Clouds. Now, both albums are, in my opinion, like, possibly some of their best albums, or one of their best albums, and they're both a lot different for both artists. They kind of go into more territory that they both don't really go into as much. AJR was a lot more darker, and NF was a lot more, like, it was still darker because that's just kind of his tone, but it was like, I don't know, you would have to listen to it. You would see if you listen to it. But I wanted to kind of go over the album so fast, so I'll go ahead and start with AJR's because I honestly liked it better. AJR's new album, like I said, is a lot more darker than the normal stuff, and it's honestly a really, I don't really like saying this word, but the best way I can describe it is honestly kind of beautiful. I hate that word, but it honestly is, because like it's like it flows so well together, and they just really dig down deep into their own emotions, because they've gone over this in interviews, but they had to write this during lockdown, and because usually they're like all excited to make the next album because they just got done touring their last one, and it's like, all right, let's get back into the game. But because they couldn't tour this last year because obviously, well, you know, global pandemic, they had to kind of write it inside the confinements of their own home, and not having like really big inspirations, because usually their inspirations would come from like movies and stuff that they would go see. They kind of really had to dig down deep into themselves to find what these songs are going to be about. Perfect example is one called Joe, where the band member Ryan had to actually, like, the song is about a guy that he met back in school, and it's kind of goes over him and how he really looked up to him. And basically the song is about how everyone kind of has a quote-unquote Joe in their life, because it's like, it goes over how everyone has that one kid that they look back to in like school that they looked up to, and they were like, bro, I want to be like this guy. This guy's so cool. And that's what the song's about, and it's kind of like a relatable song. Or another one, My Play, it's a song about Jack, or I guess not Jack, but really just kind of them, because at a young age, their parents divorced, and it's kind of a song about how, like, a kid, because kids put on these plays for their parents, because that's what kids do, they have fun like that, and it's a song about a kid wanting to put on a play for his dad and his mom, but obviously they're divorced, so they don't really hang out together. So he's talking about how he doesn't want to do it twice. He doesn't want to perform the same play twice. And he also talks about when he does do the plays when they're together, they smile, but he doesn't know if it was a real smile, because he knows that they obviously weren't big fans of each other, their two parents. And it's really just an amazing album. And if you do listen to it, make sure you listen to it like from start to finish, because the songs flow together, and it's just an amazing album, honestly. That's all I had to say. OK Orchestra by AJR. Make sure you check it out. Absolutely amazing album. And also, if you want to see some of the new songs live, They had a live concert tonight, which was really cool. It's like about an hour long if you want to check it out. It's an acoustic one, but it's really amazing. I would definitely recommend checking it out. And that, again, is OK Orchestra by AJR. Show it some love. It's really good. But yeah, so that's the first album done, AJR. And next, I want to talk a little bit about NF's new album. So, like I said, both of them are kind of somewhat experimental. So, NF's new album was like I already said this, but a lot more. Like I said, he's already a darker artist, but he kind of does stuff that he doesn't normally do. Like stuff that wouldn't really fit into one of his normal albums. Like he features people. He doesn't usually feature people in his albums. That's kind of a thing he doesn't really do a lot of the time. And he also just kind of does like songs that you don't see a lot. Like one of my favorites off the new album, and possibly my favorite NF song now. It's called Story, and it literally just tells a story about this girl who it just goes over how she wakes up. She goes to her car, goes to the gas station because she needs some gas. She's just getting food, some drinks, and all of a sudden there's a robbery. Now I'm not gonna spoil the plot twist at the end because there's a really big plot twist at the end that's absolutely amazing, but it's such an atmospheric song, and I absolutely love it though because it really makes you feel unsettled, scared, like you feel the emotions that this girl would be feeling as she's just seeing this robbery in front of her. Because it goes from that normal NF type beat to just all of a sudden like this heartbeat. And it's so like, just like, bro, like you almost feel like you're there. And the wordplay in it's so good. It's a masterpiece, like honestly. And like I really need to listen through that album again because I really need to kind of digest some lyrics again because his songs are really hard to read. But like another one he had was called like Lost, and it's like a song that really is like I know a bunch of people who can relate to it because it's about him being lost in religion. Like where does he go? Like he's drifting from God, he's drifting from all this stuff, and he's like, where do you go from here? It's just an amazing album. That's all I gotta say. So, and that's Clouds by NF. So definitely check him out. OK Orchestra by AJR and Clouds by NF. But I will stop talking about those two new albums now. But definitely go check them out.
They suck, Charlie.
Yeah, they're actually terrible, man.
Why are y'all like this?
And now let's go into Peyton.
What? No. Wait, hold up. No. Hold up now. They don't suck. Okay, I gotta comment on this. They haven't even listened to them yet, okay? They haven't even listened to them.
I have.
You've listed the 3 songs off of NF's and 3 songs off of AJR's. You don't know anything, bro.
I just don't
You're
know.
such a big fan. Name 4 of those songs.
Whose?
Okay. No, I'm joking. Let's just go into Peyton's fault.
Alright. Anyways, next up,
Yeah,
Peyton, what do you got for us today?
All right. So basically what I'm doing... Okay, so let's talk about YouTube. You guys have heard of the game Grumps. I want you guys to comment along with me here.
Alright.
So, Game Grumps.
Yeah,
you guys have watched him for a while, ever since you were like 12 or whatever, or
I mean, I've been watching them
you'd
since
watch these guys. They've been around since... Well, they've been around for a while, Right? They've been around for like a couple of years. The channel has. They've been playing video games for like a long time. Basically, what happened recently was one of the members... One of the members... What's the member's name again?
It was Dan, and the story was... It's such a lie. It was all... Like, the story was crafted. If you look at the evidence, the story is so fake. It's... Sorry. Go on. My bad.
Okay, so basically, he was about 20, and the girl was like 17, right?
Something like that.
17-ish. So...
She was like... She was 11 months into 17.
Okay, and he was like 20. So it's a 3-year difference. Not that big of a deal, right? And they weren't doing anything bad or anything. Like, they were texting each other in a way, like dating, I guess you could say, but not like weird dating. You know what I mean? And basically, what happened was Twitter and their cancel culture went after this dude and tried to cancel him and his whole channel. Which, keep in mind, he has another co-host. So if they cancel the channel, that other co-host isn't going to have anything.
Well, but here's the
And so,
thing. Yeah, I want to comment here because I've actually
Yeah.
been watching these guys for almost 2 years. You haven't actually been watching them. You just know this drama. The thing that is so stupid is the main reason people went in so hard with this story is because it is a minority of people, but minorities are strong, and people really hate Aaron and Dan. They hate both of them. A lot of people think Aaron's an absolute jerk, and people just don't like Dan's sense of humor, which I think he's funny. I'm saying it right now. I think both of them are hilarious, and I personally am a big fan of their channel. So could I be biased? Yes, but at the same time, the story, like, they, like, true or not, people blew it out of proportions because so many people hate them, and it's so dumb. But like I said, like, evidence has come out against that, about how pretty much the entire thing isn't even true. Like, that entire story is practically fake.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on. Let me say this real quick. This is very off topic, but okay. So my cousin just texted me in the middle of the podcast. So I don't know if you guys have ever watched WWE, and our social studies history teacher coaches wrestling, and not like fake wrestling, but wrestling. And we've had debates on this in our class. Now I know this is gonna sound crazy, and I know I'm going really off topic here, but this just happened. So basically, one of the most popular fake wrestlers in the world is a table away from my cousin right now, and he was just trying to FaceTime me, so I had to hang up. So that was that. So there was that.
All right.
Okay. Now back on track. Anyways, I have an opinion to ask of y'all before I get on to the next story. What do you guys think of cancel culture and how it has ruined people on the internet?
It's stupid. I mean, cancel culture is literally okay. So yes, some people really do need to be canceled. There are people on the internet who, yes, they do deserve to be canceled because they really are crappy people. But then cancel culture also ruins people who are innocent or who haven't really done that bad of stuff. Like, honestly, it's stupid in my opinion.
I I really agree. But here's a story where I think maybe it's a good thing to cancel. So let's talk about it. David Dobrik. You know that one guy with the hair and the big nose that
Where all his
goes around on
videos are
YouTube.
420.
All of his videos.
Not to interrupt you, but
Not to
if you're
interrupt you, bud.
going, if you're going where I think you're going with this, that's not necessarily cancel cultural. Canceling things is okay. Canceling everything for small reasons is cancel cultural.
Yeah, like the Game Grumps thing. That was
Yeah,
an
the Game
example of
Grumps thing was
stupid.
cancel culture. That wasn't big. This isn't cancel
Yeah.
culture. This is more of a
Yeah, this is just canceling.
cancellation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I just realized what he's talking about. Yeah. Yeah, you are right on that.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what I was saying is, hold on. I'm getting interrupted by my cousins. I'm so sorry. Okay, so basically, what's going on is David Dobrik. You guys know him, 420 dude, goes around, gives people Teslas and whatnot. Always
Yeah,
on
I've seen
TikTok,
like
very
one or
annoying.
two of his videos. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, his friend and one of his vlog, they call it the Vlog Squad. Whatever, very cringy name, very cringe. All right, Vlog Squad. Basically, one of the members on there. So there was 4 guys, including David. 2 years ago, they got these underage girls drunk. Keep in mind, underage. You have to. What's the legal drinking age? 21.
Yeah.
Okay, they're underage, so they're like 17. The Vlog
What?
Squad members are way older than them. They're drinking alcohol, and they got them drunk and how do I say this without going against YouTube's TOS? Assaulted them. We can say assaulted. I think that's the way to go there,
Hold on.
right?
Yeah, I think that's yeah.
Okay, so basically, what happened was they okay, so 2 years later, they didn't say anything, because if they would have said anything, we would have known about it, and this wouldn't have ever happened, the cancellation of David Dobrik. But what happened is basically they brought like evidence against him, and Twitter went. You know how Twitter is; they go
Yeah.
crazy bonkers when something like this happens, and it spread like a wildfire in Australia. It was bad. I mean,
In Australia, okay.
talk about getting everything taken away from you. David Dobrik lost $1 million in sponsors, and I think YouTube banned him, and he doesn't have anything now. And he came up
So,
with an apology video that was very sincere. And the other guy, I don't even know if he's getting charges pressed against him. I
so
think he should,
basically,
though.
it's like the PewDiePie incident, but David Dobrik actually did something wrong.
Well, yeah, he didn't come out, and he still hanged out with the people, and he was there when they were trying to, he did something wrong. PewDiePie's thing wasn't as bad as
It was a joke.
Dobrik's.
Context matters.
Oh God, we're gonna get canceled. Anyways, yeah, that's what basically happened. And
No, just so I don't seem like the only one that agrees with this. Don't you agree with me, Anubis, that was just like a joke and that he didn't mean anything by that?
hold on, yeah, basically that's what
Okay,
happened.
Anubis, you right.
So, okay, Anubis, I'm switching the mic over to you.
Okay. So I actually what?
I gotta go check something real quick.
All right.
I'll be right back.
So I actually do have some content this time. I haven't had the opportunity to talk much about my portion so far due to me not really having anything ready yet. But for the podcast, I'm covering the role-playing games and traditional tabletop games portion of it, and I am currently getting ready to start a custom campaign that I have designed for a D&D game that I'll be starting up pretty soon and hopefully using content for on my YouTube channel. Who knows? I might record the sessions. I don't know yet.
Sounds pretty fire.
Yeah, I think it should be cool. It's one of those things. I think people that are involved in D&D definitely should really look into trying to write actual stories for their games and trying their hand at doing their own stuff. It can have some very cool results. It's worked out very well for me and the players that I generally play with.
Can you tell us a little bit about like kind of what the story is?
Yeah, so most of the time whenever you're playing anything in D&D has its standard setting, which is called the Forgotten Realms. It's where all of the big important content of the setting is themed around. I mean, they're all alternate settings like Eberron or some people like to play on Greyhawk, but the Forgotten Realms is the big one. That's the important setting that most people use. It's the one that 5th edition, the current edition of the game, is most heavily focused on.
Alrighty.
And you'll find that most of the adventure paths that Wizards of the Coast released are also going to be themed around the Forgotten Realms. And it's cool and all, and obviously adventure paths are very cool. Wizards of the Coast does a very good job of making some really cool preset ones. I have certain things I don't like about adventure paths. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that they aren't really about the characters. They're not about the players. They're about the plot, and I don't like that. That's not how D&D should be, in my opinion. D&D should be about the players. And that's definitely something I've recently been doing a lot of work on, is doing my own adventure paths so I can make them more heavily focused around the actual players and their characters. Kind of like writing a cooperative story.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
So, and when do you think this would start about? Like, when do you think you'd start putting stuff on your channel?
So, should everything go right, I should play the full session of this game tomorrow.
Ooh, that sounds pretty fire.
Pretty cool.
Yep, I'm gonna talk with my players and see what they think about trying to do a video or something. I don't know yet.
Well, remember, you already have 12 subscribers, so you already have fans.
That's true. I do have 12. That's pretty based to have content without to have subscribers without content. It's pretty based.
It is pretty based. Well, anyways, I hope that video was a lot better than our last one.
Everything from now on is going to be better than the last one.
Yeah. We have, if you could tell by this episode, we are kind of changing up what we're going to be doing here. We took some tips from that social studies teacher that we were talking about earlier, and we're gonna
Catch me in the streets.
and remember to catch Anubis in the streets, social studies teacher. But anyways, that's about it. That's gonna wrap this up. And one more time, if you kind of stop listening to the last episode, because I can't blame you. On the 10th episode, we do have something very special for y'all. So please wait till the 10th episode. We have something really cool, and I think y'all will really enjoy it. So anyways, hope y'all have a good day.
You might.
I think you might. And I hope y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all got any closing statements?
Next one. No.
Okay. Alright, see y'all. Bye.